Okay, rocking and rolling here today at Swain County High School. Swain County taking on the Rosman Tigers in a very big conference baseball game today. Trey Bradley on the mound, starting things off pitching for Swain County. Swain County comes in today at 2-4, 2-3 in the conference. And Rosman is 4-1 in the conference. So it's a big, important conference game here today between the Rosman Tigers and their own Maroon Devils. Trey Bradley, probably our best pitcher on the mound today, showing the importance of this baseball game. We'll play again on Friday. Leading things off for Rosman will be Colton Holbrook, followed by Tyler Owens and Cameron Newman. As Trey Bradley on the mound taking some warm-up tosses, and that wind is picking up. And here we go, ready to go. First pitch of the game. Ball one high to Holbrook. Holbrook, the center fielder for the Rosman Tigers, leading off. Trey Bradley winds and pitches, swing on, foul back. 1-1's the count. Just getting started here at Swain High, Swain County and Rosman. Trey Bradley on the mound. Bradley winding and pitching. Strike two is called. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Colton Holbrook for the Rosman Tigers. Ball 2, 2-2. Trey Bradley looking into Ian Brooks, getting his sign, winding and pitching. Swung and missed, struck him out. So Trey Bradley off to a good start as he strikes out the leadoff batter. That'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Owen for Rosman. Tyler Owen playing shortstop and batting second for the Rosman Tigers. Trey Bradley winds and pitches it outside, ball 1. Got away from Ian Brooks, he retrieves it. Trey Bradley winding up. Low again, ball 2. 2-0 to the number 2 hitter. Tyler Owen, the shortstop for Rosman. Trey Bradley winding and pitching. Ball 3, 3-0. Bradley looks in, gets his sign, winds and pitches. Strike 1 is called, 3-1. He's taken all the way on that one. 3-1, 1 out, nobody on. Just getting started here in the top of the first inning. Swung on, hit hard out towards second. He fumbles the ball, picks it up, throws. It's late. He's safe at first. I think that's probably an error on the second baseman. Got a runner on at first. And Cameron Newman. Cameron Newman, the left fielder, up for Rosman. Takes strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Newman. Trey Bradley checks the runner at first. Strike 1 is called. 0-2. Checks his runner at first. Bradley pitches. High ball and runner's going to second, and he's in there safely with a stolen base. So he's on at second now with just one out. That was Tyler Owen stealing second base. In the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2, runner on at second, and one out. Top of the first. Cameron Newman at the plate. Newman's a left fielder for Rosman. He takes ball 3. So full count now to the number 3 hitter, Cameron Newman. Trey Bradley from the stretch, swung on, hit in the air out towards center field. It's deep. It's way back. It's up against the wall. It's rolling free. The one run scores, and Newman is sliding in at second base with a double, a run scoring double. So Rosman jumps out on top 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up the cleanup man for Rosman. On the first pitch, fouls it away. Strike one. Parker Medlin, the first baseman, is the batter for the Rosman Tigers against Trey Bradley. Still a runner on at second, still is one out. 1-0 Rosman in the top of the first, top of the first. Trey Bradley from the stretch checks the runner. Ball 1. 1-1, one out. First inning, 1-0. Trey Bradley checks the runner. Swung on. Foul back. 1-2 now. To Parker Medlin, the first baseman for Rosman. Trey Bradley on the mound. Checks the runner at second. Swung on. Hit down towards second. Runner goes to third, and second baseman throws him out at first, but the runner advances to third with 2 outs now. Still 1-0. That'll bring up Brendan Chapman, the catcher for the Rosman Tigers. Batting with a man on third and 2 outs. Cameron Newman, the runner at third. Trey Bradley throws a ball, 1-0. Swung on, hitting that in the center field for a base hit. And that'll score a run, making it 2-0. Good 2-out RBI by Brendan Chapman. They'll bring up the right fielder, Neil Tisnote. With a run on first, 2 runs in, and 2 outs. Trey Bradley throws a strike 1. Trey Bradley checks the runner at first. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Trey Bradley checks the runner. High, ball 2. So Trey Bradley struggling trying to get this third out of the inning. Hit in the air out toward left field. Center fielder coming over. That's Dylan Smith, and he makes the catch. And that will retire the side. After 1/2 inning, our score now, Rosman 2, Swain County 0. And we'll be right back after this message. Bradley leading off, trailing quickly behind Rosman 2-0. Tanner Reese on the mound for the Rosman Tigers, facing Trey Bradley. Winding and pitching, low, ball 1. So Swain County trying to answer that 2 spot that Rosman put up in the top of the first. Hit hard at center. It's in there for a hit as Trey Bradley leads things off with a clean single to center. That'll bring up the second baseman, Darren Blankenship. Batting we had a courtesy runner for Trey Bradley, the pitcher, as he goes out as Darren Blankenship standing in against Tanner. Tanner Reese, strike 1 is called. 1-1. Big right-handed pitcher, Tanner Reese. Checks the runner at first. Inside, ball 1, gets away. Not very far, not far enough to advance. 1-1. Nobody out, runner on it first. Trey Bradley on it first. Darren Blankenship at the plate. Swain County trying to get back, even in the game. Low, ball 2. 2-1 to Darren Blankenship. Reese winding and pitching. Ball 2, 2-1. On deck is the catcher, Ian Brooks. Reese from the stretch takes the run at first. Pitches. Ball 3. No, it's ball 4. Ball 4, he walked him. So got runners on out first and second now for Ian Brooks. The tying runs are on base. Bottom of the first, Swain County trailing 2-0. Jordan McGaha on deck as Ian Brooks, our catcher, stands in against Reese on the mound. Checks his runners. Strike 1 is called. Reese from the stretch. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Ian Brooks at the plate. Swung on and foul back. 0-2 the count now to Ian Brooks. Ian, just a freshman, standing here doing all the catching for Swain County this season. Quite a ball player. That's Sean Brooks' son. Pitcher checks the runners. Swung on. Hit out toward shortstop. And it was in the right field for a hit. The bases are loaded now as Ian Brooks comes through in the clutch. Bases loaded, still nobody out. The cleanup man, Jordan McGaha, our leading hitter on the season, at the plate. So it's cash-in time now. It's Swain County trying to get back even. They trail 2-0, bottom of the first inning. Jordan McGaha at the plate with the bases loaded. Strike 1 is called. Reese on the mound for the Rosman Tigers. He hadn't got anybody out yet. But go back to second. They must have got the force out at third over there because it's got runners on first and second, and we got one out. So I'm sorry I missed that one. Runners on at first and second with one out. Jordan McGaha at the plate. Big swing and a miss. Strike two. Go back to second, but he's back safely. That's Darren Blankenship on at second. Trey Bradley was forced at third a while ago. Pitcher checks the runners. Ball four, he walked him. So once again, the bases are loaded. Michael Laws coming to the plate. Michael Laws is Teddy Green's nephew. Great nephew. Bases loaded, one out. Blankenship at third. Brooks at second, McGaha at first. He takes ball one to Michael Laws. Michael has one grand slam already this season. Hit towards second, force at second, throw back to first. He's safe, a run scores. Goes another run as the ball gets away, as another run scores. Two runs have scored. So they'll tie it up 2-2. And Michael Laws, a 2 RBI force out at second as 2-run score on the play. Michael Laws is safe at first now with 2 outs, and the score is tied. Swain County 2, Rosman 2. Bottom of the first. Craig Cutshaw coming to the plate. Cutshaw is today's DH. Big left-handed batter, Rick Cutshaw's son. He takes high and outside, ball one. Very important, Swain County was able to bounce back from that 2-spot Rodman put up with their own 2-spot in the bottom of the first. We're tied 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. 2 outs and a runner on at first. That's Michael Laws on at first base. Pitcher checks the runner at first. Ball 2. 2-1. Tyler Schuler coaching at third for Swain County. Pitcher checks the runner. Outside, ball 3. So Reese has struggled with his control here in the bottom of the first inning. He's walked a couple, and then they've scored. He checks Michael Laws at first base. Strike 2. Count is full now, 3-2 with 2 outs. Michael Laws will be running with the pitch, nowhere to go when it happens. I mean, he's got to go. He'll be on the move. 3-2, 2 outs. Ball 4's outside, so Cutshaw walks. First and second now, still 2 outs. And that'll bring up Caleb Taylor, the third baseman for Swain County. Caleb's been a good, solid player all year long. Staying in now with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Score tied 2-2, bottom of the first. High, ball 1. Caleb Taylor, our third baseman, the batter.
Not sure how long this 73 stuff is going to last. Probably not long. It is still March. Stepping back in now. Rosman at the plate.
Foul back, 1-1.
And third.
Still 2 outs, first and second. That's Michael Laws on at second.
Win over at second.
Cut Shaw at first.
Lewis over at third base.
Caleb Taylor at the plate.
Henson batting now for the Lady Tigers.
Tanner Reese on the mound for the Rosman Tigers. He pitches, swung and a miss, strike 2. 1-2.
Rosman on the scoreboard here at the top of the third inning. Need a good defensive double play, maybe to help us out here in the third. There's a
Reese pitches,
to shortstop. Play coming home.
ball 2. Go back to second by the catcher, but he's back safely.
Coming hard, so a 2-1 Rosman lead now.
That's Michael Laws out there, alertly getting back.
Krista Galloway coming on to hit, and we got a pinch runner as well. Now for the Lady Tigers.
Reese, the pitcher for the Rosman Tigers, checks the runners at first and second.
Quickly Galloway, who was
Outside and low, ball 3 gets away from the catcher. There goes Michael Laws to third base, and a double steal as both runners advance on the short pass ball. Second and third now for Caleb Taylor. So a hit now could mean 2 RBIs. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
at the plate. Marissa Henson, she is their number 3 batter and catcher behind the plate. Strong stick.
Umpire has to smooth out the mound a little bit.
Be the cleanup batter on deck. Infield playing game up a little bit at third. There's a foul ball out of play.
Runners on at second and third now. Still 2 out, the bottom of the first. Score tied 2-2. Reese, the pitcher for the Rosman Tigers.
Teams wanting to move up to the conference standings. Pitch in the dirt. Handled well. Callan Brown behind the plate.
Strike 3 is called, so he struck him out. So Taylor strikes out, and we finished 1 full inning. Our score now is the designated hitter leading things off here for the Rosman Tigers. Swings his first pitch down the third base line. It's a fair ball into the corner. Good recovery by the left fielder for Swain as he hold him to a single. So Stewart is on at first with nobody out, leading things off in the top of the second inning. Tanner Ballard, the batter now for the Rosman Tigers. Trey Bradley throws over to first, but he's back safely. Tanner Ballard, the third baseman for the Rosman Tigers. Trey Bradley on the mound. Ball 1 is called. 1-0. Trey Bradley checks the runner at first. Foul back, 1-1.
As we mentioned, Grace Cave not playing today. That was strep throat, and that is nasty stuff. So now,
Number 1, Tanner Ballard, third baseman for the Rosman Tigers at the plate.
third inning, bases empty.
Batting with no outs and 1 on, top of the second.
Get this out and come into that.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2. Trey Bradley on the mound for Swain,
Do have football coach
our
this
top
week.
pitcher. Big conference game today between the Rosman Tigers and the Swain County Maroon Devils.
Head football coach from out of town who had been
Swung on and foul straight back. Count holds at 1-2.
pitch in, missing for a ball. Rosman will have a new man running the football show over there.
Trey Bradley from the stretch checks the runner. Foul back. Count holds at 1-2.
Pitch in, got a strike in, 2-1 to count now for Taylor Day. Trying to get out of this inning and let us
Tanner Ballard at the plate for the Rosman Tigers.
up here.
Foul back once again, so he's hanging tough, fouling off these 2 strike pitches. Run on it first, nobody out.
Changes about softball we'll talk about here in just a minute. I know one game
Tanner Ruff on deck.
has been changed. As a matter of fact,
Foul off again.
This week has been
Count holds 1 and 2.
scheduled game this Thursday, March 23rd with Hendersonville. That one has been canceled altogether. And still on for this Friday at home is going to be Cherokee.
High, ball 2.
March 24th. It's in the dirt.
So he fouled off about 4 pitches before Trey Bradley finally throws the ball. It's 2 and 2 now. Still nobody out. Top of the second. Score tied 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He can't. He tried to run the first, but the runner already there, so he could not. The ball got away from the catcher a little bit, but he's out. 1 out. Tanner Ruff now the batter for Rosman. Left-handed batter. Batting with 1 out and 1 on. Tanner Ruff, the right fielder for Rosman. He takes strike 1 on a fastball. Good hard pitch by Trey Bradley. Back on the mound, checks the runner at first. In the dirt, ball 1. 1 and 1. 1 out, 1 on. 2-2 is our score, top of the second. Ball 2.
Just in time.
Ball 3. So 3 and 1. Trey Bradley checks the runner. Strike 2. Full count now. Full count, 1 out. A lot of times they'll send that runner with a full count and just 1 out. If it's a bad pitch, he can take it for a ball. And it was, and he did. Ball 4. First and second now is 1 out. That'll bring us back to the top of the batting order for Rosman, Colton Holbrook. Number 8. Number 10, rather, the center fielder. Colton Holbrook, the batter. The top of the batting order. First and second, 1 out. Squares the bunt and takes the ball. One out, first and second. Colton Holbrook, the batter. Trey Bradley, the pitcher. Way high, ball 2. So Bradley's struggling just a little with his control right now. As he walked the previous batter and now falls behind this one 2-0. Oh, Gage Southard's a good diving catch out in the left field for the out. Good play, but Gage Southard, I mean, that was a good, he charged that ball right on the foul line, and he dove and came up with it. 2 outs and 2 on still. Tyler Owen, the shortstop, up now for Rosman, number 5. That was a big play by Gage Southard right there on the left. If that ball had got through, that would have easily scored 2 runs. And probably had a runner at second or third. Hit on the ground out toward short. He fumbles it. He throws. He's out. He got him. Good recovery by the shortstop for Swain County. Bottom of the second, tie game 2-2. Leading off is Gage Southard, the left fielder for the Maroon Devils. He'll be followed by Dawson Lowe. Gage made a real fine play in the top of this inning out in left field. First pitch, he grounded down toward shortstop. He fields, throws. Oh, he got him. He's out. So good hustle, but Gage Southard grounded out to the shortstop. 1 out. And Dawson Lowe, our shortstop, comes to the plate. Dawson Lowe, Swain County's shortstop, batting in the 9 hole today. Top of the order, Trey Bradley will be on deck. First pitch. Strike 1 is called to Dawson Lowe. Glenlow's son, Dawson.
Cleared the center field fence.
Fine athlete.
Not a whole lot of trouble. And so now the bases are empty. There's still no outs for Alicia Green. Our senior right fielder.
Pitcher winds and pitches. Strike two is called. 0-2.
Right in the belly, literally, Rosman pitcher, Nick Grease.
Bottom of the second. 2-2 is our score. Swain County and Rosman. Dawson Lowe batting with one out and nobody on.
There's a pop that's
Way high, ball one.
stop back. She can't get it. And on down at first base is going to be Alicia Green.
Reese, the pitcher for the Rosman Tigers. Looks in and gets his sign.
I tell you, when you're out there playing on that side of the field,
He winds and pitches.
your base as well. So
Lone outside, ball two. Count even out, 2-2. One out and nobody on.
they look up.
Bottom of the second.
Ball is up in the air at all.
2-2 is the score.
To the sun. As Gabby Jones is going to be batting now. Alicia down at first base. No out. Pitch in for a strike. As Green jumps off.
Reese looks in and gets his sign from the catcher.
Gabby Jones and Talent Brown.
2-2 pitch.
Getting it done here.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Dawson Lowe goes down swinging. That'll bring up the top of the batting order. Trey Bradley batting with two outs and nobody on. Bottom of the second.
250. Now Talent Brown hitting 231. Got on with an error last time. Hey, it doesn't matter as long as you get on there. There's a ground ball foul down the third base side.
Pitcher looks in and gets his sign. Wind and pitches. Low, ball one to Trey Bradley. 1-0.
First base last time. Talent Brown on deck. Corey Treadway coming up after her. And we already have three on the board. A three-run homer off the bat of freshman Kinsey.
Pitcher winds and pitches.
Hit ball. This one's going to hang up though.
Ball two.
Caught out in deep left field. Will hit ball, but again a long
2-0 to Trey Bradley. Batting with two outs and nobody on.
left fielder got out there and camped under it for the out.
Pitcher winds and pitches. Swung and foul back. 2-1 to count.
So one down now.
On deck is Darren Blankenship.
Troy Treadway got a base hit last time. It's going to be on deck. Hanging down at first.
Hit hard out toward shortstop. He feels it in the hole. He throws. He got him. Good play by the shortstop for the Rosman Tigers, and that retires the side.
Doubles in baseball.
After two full innings, our score remains 2-2. Rosman coming up, tied 2-2. They got the heart of their batting order up 3-4-5. Cameron Newman leading off, the left fielder. First pitch is hit hard out toward shortstop, and it's by him out in the left field for a hit. Dawson Lowe tried to backhand it in the hole, but it couldn't come up with it. So one on. Parker Medlin, the first baseman, coming up now for the Rosman Tigers. All tied up 2-2. Trey Bradley on the mound for Swain County today. Facing the left-handed hitter Medlin. Swung on first pitch again. Hit in the air out to right field. Right fielder gets by him. It's up against the fence. Runners around in second on his way to third. The batter is on his way to second. And he's standing with a stand-up double. The right fielder, Michael Laws, kind of misplayed that a little bit. It was right at him and it went over his head. Second and third now with nobody out. So Swain County flirting with trouble. Brendan Chapman now the batter for the Rosman Tigers. He takes ball one. Trey Bradley winds and pitches. Ball two, 2-0. We have an empty base at first, second and third, nobody out. Brendan Chapman swung on, hit in the air out to left field. Left fielder comes on, he makes the catch, one out. Runners hold. That's surprising. That was a pretty deep fly ball. That runner on third could probably have tagged up and scored, but he didn't. He stayed at third. So we got one out and still two men on. Neil, funny name, Tisnot. The batter takes ball one. Trey Bradley still on the mound. Just not as the right fielder for Rosman. Strike one is called. Trey Bradley still on the mound. Runners on at second and third and 1 out. Tie score 2-2. Top of the third. Bradley with a full windup. Ball 2. 2-1. Bradley once again the full windup. Swung on. Hit on the left field. It's foul. It's foul. Count even out 2-2. A strikeout right now would be huge. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Third inning, 2-2 to score. Trey Bradley winds and pitches. Hey, swung and a miss. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and he's out. Big out right there from Trey Bradley. They'll bring up Stewart, the DH, for the Rosman Tigers against Trey Bradley. 2 outs now. Strike one is called as Trey Bradley's settling down a little bit. Those first 2 pitches he pitched through this inning were both struck for hard, but nothing since. 0-1's count. Ball 1, 1-1. Trey Bradley on the mound. Winds and pitches. Foul back. 1-2. Another strikeout right now would be nice. 2 runners in scoring position, but let's leave them stranded. 2-2 is our score. Swung on, foul back. Count holds at 1-2. Trey Bradley on the mound. Fouled back again. Oh, it popped it up. It wasn't foul back. It popped it up, and the first baseman, McGahey, caught it for the out. We've got a new pitcher on for Rosman, Parker Mullen, against Darren Blankenship, leading things off. Playing center field today for the Maroon Devils. He takes ball 1. Bottom of the third inning, score tied 2-2. Ball 2-0 to Blankenship. Bottom of the third, 2-2 is our score. Swung on, foul back, 2-1. Strike 2. 2-2 is the count to Darren Blankenship, leading things off here in the bottom of the third.
Down at first base, Alicia Quinn, Marissa Henson batting down. Marissa had a big double and an RBI earlier this afternoon with a well-hit ball.
Ball 3, full count, leading off. New pitcher on. This is his first batter faced. Parker Mullen. Ball 4, he walked him. So lead off walk by Darren Blankenship. And that'll bring up Ian Brooks, our catcher. Batting with a runner on at first and nobody out. In a tie game, 2-2, bottom of the third. Mullen checks his runner at first. Strike 1 is called to Ian Brooks. Don't think he liked that call too well, but it's up there. Throw to first, back safely. Oh, he faked a throw to first. Brooks fouls it back. 0-2 the count.
third will hold everybody at first and second. So another well-hit ball.
Mullen has been playing first base today. Now he's on the mound.
Moving up to that now is going to be Christian Galloway. So again, Rosman threatening here. The runners and second.
Checks the runner at first. 0-2 the count to Ian Brooks. From the stretch. Hit out in the right field. Right fielder comes over and makes the catch. So Ian Brooks flies out to the right. We got one out and one on. Jordan McGaha will be the batter. Jordan leads our team in offense in just about every category this year. Big first baseman and quite an athlete. All the McGahas seem like are. Mullen checks the runner at first. Strike one to McGaha.
We'll take a break and take the time out, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Checks the runner, Mullen. Hit an air down toward right left field with this foul. Out of play, 0-2 is the count now to Jordan McGaha. Batting with one out and one on. Tie game in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2. Conference game against the Rosman Tigers. Big game today for both teams. Checks the runner at first. Strike three is called to Jordan McGaha on the outside corner. So with two outs now, Michael Law steps to the plate for the Maroon Devils. Blankenship still on at first base. And Michael Law is the batter. Mullen checks the runner at first. Ball one to Michael. You ought to hear Michael play a banjo. He's very talented. Not just in baseball, but also playing the banjo. He's really good. Ball two, 2-0.
Now they're going to bring on a pinch runner again. This time, the pinch runner is going to be looks like
2-2 is our score. Bottom of the third. Swain County and Rosman. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2-1.
looking at the bases loaded.
Mullen checks the runner at first. Swing, fouled it back. Oh, the runner was off. Blankenship steals second base. He's safely in at second base. That's strike two to Michael Law. So 2-2 is the count. 2-2 is the score. Two outs. Runner on at second. Top of the third. In scoring position, that was a big stolen base by Darren Blankenship. On the base hit, he could score. Ball three. Full count now to Michael Laws. Yeah, in the right field, it's in there for a hit, and Darren Blankenship scores. So a big two-out hit by Michael Laws breaks the tie at 3-2 now for Swain County. Swain County on top. Michael Laws on at first base. Big two-out hit by Michael Laws. Big one. Swain County on top now, 3-2. And Craig Cutshaw steps to the plate. That stolen base was huge that Blankenship attained right prior to that base hit. Mullen step back off the mound. Checks the runner at first, Michael Laws. Looks in at Craig Cutshaw, the batter. From the stretch. Foul back, strike one to Craig Cutshaw. Mullen checks the runner, Michael Laws. Ball. 1-1. 2 outs, 1 on. 3-2, Swain County on top.
Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Our Lady Devils at bat now, and coming up with a stick is going to be Ashton Gotts. She'll lead us off here as it's a tight one, 5-4 Rosman, 1-run lead.
2 balls and 1 strike now to Craig Cutshaw. Michael Laws on at first base. Pitcher checks him. Strike 2. Michael Laws went halfway, but then he came back. I thought he was going to steal second, but he just went halfway by and then came back. That's unusual. But he was allowed to do it. 2-2 now is the count. 2 outs. Mullen checks the runner at first. All 3 ball gets away, and Michael Laws this time goes to second base standing up. So he's there with 2 outs now. Craig Cutshaw still the batter in scoring position again. Swain County trying to add to their 3-2 lead. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Mullen still from the stretch. Ball 4 to Cutshaw, so he walks. We got him on at first and second now. And they'll bring Caleb Taylor to the plate for Swain County, our 3rd baseman for today. And it always seems like he's a good player. He bats now with 2 outs and 2 on. Mullen checks the runners at second and first. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Taylor. Mullen pitches, foul back. 0-2 now is the count to Caleb Taylor, playing 3rd base today. Michael Laws on at second, Craig Cutshaw at first. 3-2 score, Swain on top, bottom of the 3rd.
Who's had a huge hit, obviously, with 2 runners on. Last time she got up, she drilled one over the center field fence. Here's a well-hit ball into right field. This one is caught. Runner's going to tag and come on to score easily, though.
Mullen checks the runners from the stretch. Pitches, time's calling. They throw back at behind Michael Laws, and they got him strung out, and the ball gets away, and he's safe at 3rd. So in all that confusion, Michael Laws winds up standing at 3rd base as the ball got away from the Rosman 3rd baseman. As he was picked off of second base with a pitcher, but he wound up safe at 3rd. And there stands at 1st and 3rd now as Craig Cutshaw remains at first base with 2 outs. Caleb Taylor still the batter. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Mullen now still from the stretch. He looks at Michael Laws over at 3rd. Outside, ball 1 to Taylor. Mullen once again checks the runner at 3rd. Strike 3 is called to Caleb Taylor, and that's the inning. As we played 3 full innings now, Swain County on top of Rosman, 3-2, and we'll be right back. Here we are back, top of the 4th inning. Trey Bradley still on the mound. First pitch to Tanner Ballard, is foul back, strike one. Swain County on top now, 3-2. Top of the fourth inning. Second pitch is foul back again, strike two. It's 0-2 to the leadoff man, Tanner Ballard, third baseman. Trey Bradley winds and pitches. Ball one. 1-2. Bradley pitches. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Ballard strikes out to lead things off in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up Tanner Ruff, the second baseman for Rosman. Ball one inside. Trey Bradley has pitched the whole way for Swain County. Top of the fourth inning. 3-2 is our score. Swain County on top. Strike one, 1-1. On deck will be the top of the order, Colton Holbrook. Way high ball two.
Both our baseball and softball diamonds looking right into the sun if you're playing defense. Swinging a miss for a strike.
Trey Bradley on the mound, winding and pitching. Strike two is called. Tanner Ruff, the second baseman for Rosman, at the plate.
It's in for a strike, and that's going to be out number two. Good strike.
Low, ball two. Ball got away from me and Brooks, but no matter, nobody on.
Now they're going to be going to a change in the lineup. Batting now is going to be Avery McNeely. Coming in a new hitter, number 3 for the Lady Tigers. So McNeely.
Tanner Ruff at the plate for Rosman. Trey Bradley swings. He hits it in the right field for a hit. So Tanner Ruff with a one-out hit to right field. He's on at first, and that'll bring up the top of the order for Rosman, Colton Holbrook, the center fielder.
So 2 outs and a strike on the hitter. Our Lady Devils might get out of this one with nothing.
Good clean hit to right by Ruff.
We've shut out Rosman twice today in the second and the fourth. With no runs, Rosman got 1 in the first inning, 4 in the third inning. Our Lady Devils 1 in the second, 3 in the third.
Colton Holbrook tops the batting order up now for Rosman. Swain County on top, 3-2, top of the fourth.
Watching baseball and softball from all over the place. We have folks who watch baseball and softball who sit up in their cars. We have folks who sit up on the side of the bank. There's a foul ball out of play.
He squares the bunt, takes a strike.
Rosman brought some fans over for
0-1 to Colton Holbrook.
as you know, it's not an easy trip.
Trey Bradley on the mound for Swain County. 1 out and 1 on.
So now Taylor Day back in the circle.
Hit down towards the shortstop out in the center field for a hit.
Ball could be catchable.
Gets away from Darren Blankenship, but not far enough from the advance. They're on at first and second now with still just 1 out.
At the top of the 5th inning, and we stay in the lead as well. 6
That'll bring up Tyler Owen, the shortstop for Rosman.
lead. We'll be back.
Batting with 2 on and 1 out. Top of the fourth. Trey Bradley on the mound. He looks back, checks the runners. Swing and a miss by Owen. First and second, and 1 out. Top of the fourth. Swain County on top, 3-0. The meat of the lineup coming up for Rosman, though. So we got to be careful. He squatted the bunt, and it's hit with a pitch. So that'll load the bases. Now with a number 3 hitter coming up, Cameron Newman, left fielder today. So Trey Bradley is in a jam. Bases loaded and 1 out. Cameron Newman, the batter. Full windup. Way high, ball 1. Swain County has a narrow 3-2 lead, but Rosman has the bases loaded and just 1 out. Number 3 batter, Cameron Newman at the plate. Low, ball 1, ball 2 gets away shortly, but not far enough for anyone to advance. As Ian Brooks is quickly on top of it. 2-0 the count. 1 out, bases full. Way high, ball 3. So nowhere to put him, and Trey Bradley is flirting with danger. Bases loaded and just 1 out. Number 3 batter, Cameron Newman at the plate. 3-0 the count. Strike 1 is called. Taken all the way was Newman. Bases loaded. Trey Bradley winding pitches way high, ball 4. And that will force in a run. And that will tie the score, 3-3. And Coach Tyler Schuler will take that opportunity to go have a word or two with Trey Bradley. Due up with a cleanup man, pitcher Parker Mullen for the Rosman Tigers. About ready to go. Trey Bradley still on the mound. The 4th place hitter, Parker Mullen, the opposing pitcher now for the Rosman Tigers. Left-handed batter, big guy. Batting with the bases loaded and the score tied and just 1 out. Strike 1 is called. So Trey Bradley quickly getting out in front of him this time. 0-1. Those bases loaded walk hurt. Strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. Once again a call, strike 2. Trey Bradley winding up and pitching. Swung on. Hit down towards first. Stepped on the bag for the out. But a run scores. Runners now at second and third. That was a force out at first by McGahab, but like I said, the run on third scores. The other runners advance at second and third. And Rosman now takes a 4-3 lead. Trey Bradley still on the mound, second and third, 2 outs. First pitch is foul back for strike 1. Brendan Chapman, the batter, the catcher for Rosman. Trey Bradley winding up and pitching. Low, ball 1. 1-1. Empty base at first, but the other 2 are full at second and third. 4-3 now, Rosman on top. Trey Bradley winding and pitching. Swung on. Hit in the air right behind second. Second baseman's back. And he makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So after 3.5 innings, our score now is Rosman 4, Swain County 3, and we'll be right back. Okay, ready to go. Bottom of the 4th inning now. Swain County behind 4-3. Leading things off for Swain County will be Gage Southers, the left fielder. Mullen still on the mound for the Rosman Tigers. Gage Southers at the plate. He takes ball 1, 1-0 to Gage. Gage made an outstanding defensive play earlier in the game out in left field. Outstanding diving catch to his right near the foul line. And I think 2 or 3 runners were on base at that time.
We add to our lead as we now lead 8-5 as we go to the top of the 6th inning after this timeout.
Mullen winds and pitches. Swung on, hit on the ground towards short. It's fumbled, and he can't get it. It goes out in the short left field. So Gage Southers is safe at first on probably an E6. Dawson Lowe steps at the plate now for Swain County. Swain County shortstop, batting in the 9 spot, Dawson Lowe. With a tying runner on at first base and nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. Bowling from the stretch, checks the runner. Squares the bunt, and he bunts it far out in front of the plate. Pitcher comes off the mound, he fields it. Good sacrifice bunt. Runner advances to second, but the batter is out at first. That's Dawson Lowe. Gage Southers safe at second. The tying run. Bottom of the 4th inning. Good fundamental baseball by the Swain Maroon Devils. They'll bring up the top of the batting order, Trey Bradley. 1 out and 1 on at second base. Mullen checks the runner at second. Strike 1 to Trey Bradley is called.
And here we go. The Rosman Lady Tigers coming to bat here in the top of the 6th inning, but our Lady Devils now with an 8-5 lead. Getting it done.
Mullen checks the runner at second. That's Gage Southers.
Leads off here.
Ball 1, 1-1 to Trey Bradley. Runner on at second. 4-3 Rosman. Bottom of the 4th inning. Good, close conference game. Very important game for both teams. Swung on. Yeah, in the right field. No, the first baseman got it. He tries to cover it first, but he can't do it. He's safe. So Trey Bradley beats it out. It was in the hole, but the first baseman dove and came up with it, and then there was a foot race to the bag, and Trey Bradley beat him. Runner advances to third. We got a runner going in now for Trey Bradley at first. He's the pitcher, so he gets a courtesy runner at first. We got runners at first, and Gage Southers is safe at third with just 1 out. That's a tying run at third base. And Darren Blankenship, the center fielder, now steps to the plate for Swain County. Big batter right now. Very important plate appearance by Darren Blankenship. First and third and 1 out. Runner checks the runners at third, or pitcher checks the runner at third and then at first. Strike 1 to Blankenship. Gage Southers, a tying run on at third base. Courtesy runner for Trey Bradley at first. Pitcher checks, he throws back to first, but he's back safely. You got to be careful doing something like that because running from third, if there's a bobble over that, running from third could score. And he's a tying run. That's an important run. That's Gage Southers on at third base. 4-3 is our score. Rosman on top. Bottom of the 4th inning.
Can't get any better than the Sweet 16 coming up this weekend. So a lot of great sports activities going on.
Mullen checks his runner at first.
There's a well-hit ball right out of shortstop. Wow, talking about sticking up the glove.
Big moment in the game right here. Darren Blankenship to plate. Foul back. 0-2 now is the count. Rosman on top of Swain at the moment, 4-3, bottom of the 4th inning. Curtis running for Bradley at first. Gage Southers on at third. Once again, a throw back to first, but he's back safely.
So again, Aston Yachts starting today, and the place, of course, Grace Cave, who was out today with strep throat. We hope she's going to be feeling better soon. That is.
Mullen checks his runner at first. Looks in at Darren Blankenship at the plate. Ball 1, 1-2. Blankenship batting in the 2 hole today. Playing center field. Mullen checks the runner.
There's a base hit right
Ball 2. 2-2 now. Count even. 4-3 to score. Rosman on top. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Mullen looks in. Strike 3 is called to Darren Blankenship. So that was a big out. That one hurt. That was a big out. So we're looking out at Ian Brooks to pick him up. Batting in the 3 hole today. Ian Brooks, the catcher for Swain County. 2 outs now. Still runner still at 1st and 3rd. Bottom of the 4th. Swain County trailing 4-3. Mullen looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at 1st, looks at 3rd. In the dirt, ball 1 to Ian Brooks. One and 0. A big moment in the game right now. Bottom of the 4th inning. Swain County behind 4-3. Mullen checks the runners from the stretch. Ball 2. 2-0 to count. We have second base open, so on deck is Jordan McGaha. You don't want to face him. Not in this situation. So he's going to go after Ian Brooks now, I would think. Of course, Ian Brooks is a good player, good hitter. Just a freshman, but he can play. Ball 3. So 3-0. Ian Brooks the batter, 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Mullen, the pitcher for the Rosman Tigers, toes the rubber. Looks in at the catcher, gets his sign, checks the runners. Strike 1 on 3-0. He's taken all the way. So Ian Brooks still at the plate. Big pitch coming up right now. For been runners on at 1st and 3rd and 2 outs. Ball 4 is. He walks, so the bases are loaded now as Ian Brooks takes over at first base. And the big man, Jordan McGaha, trudges to the plate. Bases full. Big moment in the game. 4-3 to score. Rosman on top. And Jordan McGaha, our leading hitter, at the plate. Mullen looks in, gets his sign from the catcher. From a full windup now. Ball 1 to McGaha. Nowhere to put him. Base is full. Catcher wants to have a word. He has a word, and he's back behind the plate now. Coach Tyler Schuler nervously pacing around, coaching third base. Big moment in the game. Bases loaded. Mullen toes the rubber. Looks in, gets his sign from the catcher. 1-0 count. Ball 2. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. Jordan McGaha at the plate. Swain County leading hitter on the year. Mullen 2-0 count from the full windup with the bases loaded. Swung on, hit hard out in left field. Left fielder comes over. Center fielder and the left fielder makes the catch. So that's the third out. That will retire the side after 4 full innings. Our score remains Rosman 4, Swain County 3, and we'll be right back. Top of the 5th inning. Rosman still on top of Swain, 4-3. Trey Bradley still on the mound, throws ball 1. Neil Zingle to single or something. Hits it down toward the right. Second baseman fields it, throws to first. I don't think he got it. I think he's safe at first base. And Jordan McGaha dove for that ball, couldn't come up with it. Second baseman did field it, Taylor, and he threw to the pitcher covering him, but he's safe at first with a base hit. Stewart now the DH up for Rosman. Trey Bradley pitching. It's bunted out in front of the plate. It's down. It's a good-looking bunt. Ian Brooks pounces on it and throws to first for the out, but the runner advances to second. Good fundamental baseball by the Rosman Tigers and the Swain Maroon Devils as Ian Brooks was able to field that bunt and throw him out. One out and runner on out second. Tanner Ballard, the batter now for the Rosman Tigers, third baseman for the day. Trey Bradley pitches down towards third, fielded by Taylor. He throws to first. He got him. On the play, the runner at second advances to third. He waited until Taylor fielded that ball and threw it to first before he took off, but he was standing at third with no problem. He's on third now with 2 outs. Tanner Ruff now the second baseman for Rosman at the plate. First pitch is grounded foul down the third base line. Left-handed batter Tanner Ruff. Trey Bradley still on the mound. He's pitched the whole game for Swain County. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Swain County trailing Rosman at the moment 4-3. Tight ball game, tight conference, very important ball game for both teams. Conference game. Ball 1, 1-1. Trey Bradley on the mound from a full windup. Strike 2. 1-2 now to Tanner Ruff, I mean. Ball 1 is high. Trey Bradley full windup. Strike 3 is called, so he struck him out. So Ruff goes down looking. After 4 1/2 innings, our score remains Rosman 4, Swain County 3, and we'll be right back. Michael Laws leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Swain County, trailing Rosman 4-3, looking for a comeback. Mullen still on the mound for Rosman. Michael takes ball 1. 1-0 to Michael Laws. Big right fielder for Swain County. A lot of power. High, ball 2. So 2-0.
Got the number 1. That is Breyer's had a big day at the plate today. She has a single, a big triple for an RBI, and now a big single for the senior.
On deck is Craig Cutshaw. 2-0 pitch. Swung on. Hit in the air towards third. Third baseman's back. Shortstop comes over. Shortstop makes the play on the pop-up. And Michael Laws is retired. 1 out. Craig Cutshaw now that big left-handed batter for Swain County coming up. The DH today. Bottom of the 5th inning. Swain County still trailing 4-3. Had a big opportunity last inning, but failed to capitalize. Mullen still on the mound for Rosman. Strike 1 is called to Craig Cutshaw.
Oh, she can't come up with a throw, so they get the lead runner. Now the runner goes on to third base. Good hustle.
Mullen winds and pitches. Way high, ball 1. 1-1.
Second and third, Casey Eagleman slides in. So again, they got our lead runner, but with some heads-up base running, we have runners now on first and third.
Mullen winds and pitches. Swung on, in the air down the right field line. Foul. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Craig Cutshaw. Hit that one a long ways. If it's a long ways foul too.
Runner takes off. No throw down to second base. Gabby Jones had a big base hit her last time. Gabby, our senior, hitting .235. Had a big defensive play earlier down at third base. Pitch outside for a ball. Runners at, again, second.
Had to retrieve that baseball.
Alicia Green down at second. Kinsey Eagleman over at third. And a base hit here could actually put us in the lead. Pitch in for a ball.
Ready to go now. 1-2 to Craig Cutshaw. 1 out and nobody on. Bottom of the fifth. Swain County trailing 4-3. Outside, ball 1. Ball 2 rather, 2-2.
Center field, they have it for the out, but the run will score. So a good fly ball off the bat of Gabby Jones and a big RBI that ties it up.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Craig Cutshaw goes down swinging.
It's down 9-9. Big offensive game. Both teams have hit the ball really well here this afternoon.
That's going to bring up Caleb Taylor, the third baseman for Swain County, batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the fifth, they trail Rosman 4-3. Swing and a miss by Taylor. 0-1 the count.
Alan Brown got a big double last time. She has hit the ball well all day.
Ball gets loose in the infield. Shortstop retrieves it.
And a big double last time. It's in for a strike.
Taylor batting with 2 outs and nobody on. The bottom of the fifth. Swain County trailing Rosman 4-3. Ball 1, 1-1 to Taylor. Swain County's third baseman.
Ground ball to second. She has it on the first to the out. And that run scored, but it will not count. So, fans, here we go.
Mullen winds and pitches.
Any tighter than this, we go to the
Swung and foul back. Strike 2.
at 9-9.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs.
We did. A little pressure off. We get out of this. Yeah, we get them out and then come in and score.
Mullen looks and gets his sign from the catcher. Strike 3 is called, so Caleb Taylor is called out looking, so that'll be ties aside. After 5 full innings, our score remains Rosman 4, Swain County 3, and we'll be right back. Okay, top of the 6th inning, 4-3 Rosman. Rosman has the top of their batting order coming up. Colton Holbrook will lead things off here for the Rosman Tigers. We got a close one going on next door. Here's our Lady Devils are tied 9-9 after 7 innings. Holbrook, first pitch, fouls it back, strike 1. Trey Bradley still on the mound for Swain County. He's gone the distance today. Top of the 6th inning. Big, important conference baseball game between our Maroon Devils and these Rosman Tigers. Ball 1 is low, 1-1. Colton Holbrook, the batter. The center fielder for Rosman, leading off.
And when you've got a 9-9 game here in the 7th inning, that's a big out. So 1 out against Rosman now. Base is empty.
Trey Bradley looks in and gets his sign. Winds and pitches. Ball 2. 2-1's the count. Trey Bradley winding pitches. Foul back. Count evens now at 2-2. To the leadoff man, Colton Holbrook. Top of the 6th. Swung and missed, but the ball gets away. Ian Brooks retrieves it. He throws to first. No, he didn't even throw. It went all the way to the backstop. It's strike 3 swinging, and the runner is safe at first on a strikeout. They'll bring up Tyler Owen for the Rosman Tigers. Runner on at first, nobody out. Hit on ground down towards second. It's fielded, fumbled, and he's safe at first. So a miscue there by the second baseman for Swain County.
That's going to be strike 3, yes indeed. So 2 outs now. And Josie Blackman coming on to bat for Rosman.
So we got runners on at first and second now with still nobody out.
And 2 out. Can we get 1 more out?
Newman now the batter for the Rodman Tigers.
Win this thing. 9-9. And oh man, it's been tied all day.
Cameron Newman the batter.
After the first, it was 1-1 after the second. It was 5-4 after the
Trey Bradley checks the runners. Runs first, second, nobody out. Strike one is called to Newman. Big curveball by Trey Bradley.
We've had the lead for the past couple of innings, but Rosman came back with 4 runs in their sixth. To tie it up at 9-9, and that's where we stand now with 2 out and a strike.
Strike two is called. Another curve in the dirt, but he caught the strike zone. 0-2 now to Cameron Newman. Trey Bradley on the mound.
One more strike here.
Checks the runners at first and second. Strike three is called.
Potentially win this thing.
So he looked at three straight strikes, and he's out. Parker Medlin,
Runs in every inning but the first inning today.
the batter now for the Rodman Tigers.
3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth.
Takes ball one.
All we need now is a strike and a run in the sixth.
Taylor Mullen, rather, the pitcher for the Rodman Tigers.
Ground ball, shortstop has it on to first. Oh, can't hang on, not in time anyway.
Ball gets away. It hit him on the foot. So that'll load the bases with 1 out.
Not jumping up there, holding her right knee. So on comes
Coach Tyler Schuler takes his time to have a word with the pitcher. He's pitched the whole ball game. He's a little tired, I'm sure he is.
Powell. They will look at
And I think he's going to take him out.
Going to take a timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment.
So Trey Bradley gave it his all today. He pitched a heck of a ball game. Comes out trailing 4-3, but we're in the top of the 6th inning. And we're going to have a new pitcher, and we'll be right back. Okay, Dawson Chambers is a new pitcher for Swain County. He comes in with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, Swain County trailing 4-3 to the Rosman Tigers. Big mo in the ball game. Dawson Chambers is a new pitcher.
Helped off the field. Yeah, it looks like we can't tell, but maybe a potential situation with their right knee or potentially a wrong ankle. We hope he's going to be okay. That's for sure. And so right now, coming on to play first base is going to be Alyssa Smith, or as most people call her, Sis, is over at first base, number 14, a junior. Right now batting for Rosman.
Dawson Chambers looks and gets his sign from Ian Brooks. Checks the runners.
Starting second baseman with 2 out.
Ball one.
Strike. As we know, Rosman has had a couple of 2-out rallies here where they've scored runs today. And they've done a lot of damage today on 2 strikes.
Brendan Chapman, the batter for Rodman. In the dirt, ball 2. So Dawson Chambers on the mound, bases loaded, and just 1 out.
No play.
Chambers from the stretch checks the runners.
Hard, but just no way to get
Granted down and in the center field for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Other runners hold at second and first. So Dawson Chambers comes in and gives up a 2 out or 1 out single.
9 ball game. Over on the baseball game, Rosman just struck. And they
So it's 6-3 now.
in the 6th inning of the baseball game next door. Here comes the wind-up ball. This one gets back over at first base. That ball 2 out.
Neil Tsingo, the next batter for the Rodman Tigers, left-handed batter,
Force play at first.
batting with first and second, and still just 1 out.
And again, I like our chances in the bottom of the inning as we have scored in
Ball 1.
consecutive innings here today.
Dawson Chambers on the mound for Swain County.
Full count now. Talking about
In relief of Trey Bradley
she's had 2 consecutive hits. And her last
in the dirt.
so she will
Ball 2.
pitch to hit. Here's Taylor with a windup. Oh, off the catcher's glove.
Runners on at first and second. 6-3 is our score. Rodman on top of Swain. Top of the 6th inning.
Really a stolen base.
Ball 3.
So Glenn is on. So now they have
So 3-0.
second. And as we mentioned, we hope they don't
Dawson Chambers from the stretch checks his runners.
rally. We need it out
He
here.
squares the bunt, but he takes it. Ball 4. So that, my friend, will load the bases once again.
Now pitch in for a ball.
And still just one out.
Hitting now is going to be Peyton Reese. Peyton was the original starting pitcher.
Stewart now's the batter for the Rosman Tigers.
Later in the game, Galloway has been roughed up for about 3 runs since she came in.
Strike one is called.
Like all of us wanting a big out here. Here's a ball foul. This one on the outside of the fence. Down the third base side.
Dawson Chambers
Moving in. Yes, a threat of rain.
nubs it out toward the pitcher. He picks it up, throws it home, pulls the catcher off of the plate, and he's safe. So another run scores. Bases remain loaded.
Like the clouds here. Here's the pitch.
7-3 now is the score, with Rosman still on top.
Throw down the third, not in time. Oh boy. This one is getting tighter by the minute. 2 outs. The bases will empty a moment.
Tanner Ballard now at the plate for
And runners at third.
Rosman.
Toby Brill coming out to talk to the plate umpire and potentially
Fouls it back.
at third base.
0-2 now is the count.
Normally they don't.
Oh my, 7-3. Rosman on top, top of the 6th inning.
I tell you, never hurts to appeal. Never hurts to check.
In the dirt.
All right, here we go now. 2 balls and
Ball one, bases loaded,
9-9
and just one out.
and third.
Rosman trying to break it wide open right here.
Swain County High School.
Top of the 6th.
Lady Devils. And a big
Ball gets away. Here comes the runner. Ian Brooks retrieves it, throws it. It's late. Runner's safe.
in the 7th unless we get an extra inning.
He comes up gimpy, but he's probably going to be all right.
2-2 now to count.
He scored. Runner's now at 2nd and 3rd.
Strike
8-3 is the score.
or again. No force play at first. Either way,
Tanner Ballard still at the plate for the Rosman Tigers.
Taylor take
Batting with just one out. Rosman leading Swain 8-3 now. Top of the 6th.
Oh, just outside. Full count. 3-2.
Ball 3.
In the baseball game next door.
Full count 3-2.
Rosman, and they have runners on 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. But here in our softball game,
Hit out towards short. Shortstop fields it. Third's the first. Dawson Lowe throws him out. That's the 2nd out. Another run scores on the play. 9-3 now is the score. One lone runner on at 3rd.
in center field by Briar McKinnon.
Tanner Ruff now the batter.
Had not caught that ball, they probably would have scored 2. But we go to the 7th inning. We're tied at 9. We need 1 to win. We'll be back to see if we can get
In the dirt, ball 1. It's their 9th batter of the inning. They batted around.
that was scary. I'm not
Scored 5 runs in the inning.
it's 2 runs. Yeah. He's got to score 1. Oh, yeah.
Foul back. Strike 1. 1-1.
Just a second. Yeah, we don't get it right too. Yeah. We've done that today. Where the horn is good.
Dawson Chambers on the mound in the dirt. Here comes the runner. He gets away from the catcher and he stands up. He scores standing up. 10-3 is our score. They've scored 6 runs this inning. But the bases are empty now. Still 2 outs. And nobody on. Dawson Chambers still on the mound. Way high. Ball 3. 3-1. Fouled off down the right field line. Strike 2. Oh my. 10-3. Rosman on top of Swain. Top of the 6th inning.
Here on the bottom of the 7th inning. Of course, now the pressure is on Rosman. Here's a ground ball to third base. Firing over to first base, and it's going to be in time for out number 1. By the way, that was the first at bat today for Alyssa.
Strike 3 is called.
Came on in relief of
So finally, Dawson Chambers strikes him out. And that will retire the side after 5 1/2 innings. Middle of the 6th. Rosman 10. Swain County 3. We'll be right back. Gage Southard leading things off here for Swain County in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trailing Rosman 10-3.
It's in for a strike.
Southers hits it on the ground. Down to shortstop. He fields it. He throws. He's out. He got him. One pitch, one out. Gage Southers. That'll bring up Dawson Lowe, the shortstop for Swain County. Swain County needs a lot of base runners.
Ground ball, first base, and she's got it for an easy out number 3.
Batting with one out and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. Dawson Lowe, the batter. First pitch is grounding towards third. It's off his shins. It pops in the air and he can't find it, and Dawson Lowe is safe at first base. So one out, we got a run on it first. In the top of the batting order, Trey Bradley coming up for Swain County. One good thing about baseball, there's no clock, and it ain't over till the fat lady sings. We got 5 outs to go, and 7 runs to make up. We can do it. Trey Bradley at the plate. Strike one, called. Medlin or Mullen or whatever his name is, the pitcher for the Rosman Tigers. He's pitched pretty good. He came on in relief of the other guy. Mellon checks the runner. Hitting on the ground towards right field. It's out in the right field for a base hit. So the runners on at first and second as Dawson Lowe stops at second. With this big of a deficit, he didn't want to take any chances of making an out at third base, so he stopped at second. That's who will bring up Darren Blankenship for Swain County, the center fielder today.
As looking back, we go to extra innings. We're tied at 9-9. We go to the top of the 8th inning now. The Lady Tigers have Rosman at bat. They're going to be leading off.
Medlin checks the runners.
And she fouls one off.
Hit on the ground out for the second. He fields, throws the second for one, back to first. Safe. So Blankenship hits into a fielder's choice out at second base as Trey Bradley is forced out. Dawson Lowe advances to third, first and third now with 2 outs. And Ian Brooks the batter. Dawson Lowe at third, Trey Bradley or Darren Blankenship at first. Ian Brooks the batter. Medlin pitches. Hit hard out into the shortstop comes over. Oh, it's a base hit to center field. So a run scores, a base hit single by Ian Brooks. First and second now, still 2 outs. 10-4 now is the score. We got one of them back. And big Jordan McGaha steps to the plate.
So she hit that ball really well. Again, 1 hop off the fence.
First and second, 2 outs. 1 run in. 10-4 Rosman. Medlin from the stretch checks his runners. Ball 1, 1-0 to Jordan McGaha.
Quite a bit here this afternoon. And now they do it again. Batting is going to be Rice. Rice is batting. And believe it or not, she was not even on the original lineup. But Rice is sitting down.
Medlin checks the runners at first and second. Pitches.
It's in for a strike.
Hit in the air out right center field. The runners go back. They go back. It's in there. 2 runs have scored, and McGaha is safe at second base. So a 2 out. They called somebody out. They got him out at home. The last runner was out at the plate, so that will retire the side 10-5. We only scored 1 run on that play, so we got 2 of them back. After 6 full innings, our score now, Rosman 10, Swain County 5, and we'll be right back. Dawson Chambers still on the mound for Swain County. Top of the batting order, Colton Holbrook's up for Rosman, leading things off. They lead Swain County 10-5. He squares the bunt, puts it down. Chambers off the mound, he throws to first. I think he's out. He got him. A good play but Chambers, he pounced off that man and he fielded that bunt and he threw him out. So got one out. Owen's now the batter for Rosman Tigers, batting with one out and nobody on. That's a good defensive play by Dawson Chambers on that bunt. Owen takes it low and outside, ball one. Dawson Chambers on the mound for Swain County. Top of the 7th inning. They lead Swain County 10-5.
There's a pop foul out of play. Heads up over near the baseball.
Struck one, 1-1.
In the baseball game, our Devils fighting back. It's a 10-5 game in the 7th inning over there. Rosman in the lead. Steve Moon doing a great job as always with the baseball broadcast.
Ball hit foul down the third base line. Grounded. Goes down to 1-2. Dawson Chambers on the mound for Swain County. His 2nd inning of work. Trey Bradley pitched a good 5 in the 3rd innings, I think it was, and did a real good job. Ball hit in the air out behind second. Center fielder comes in and he makes the catch. That's Darren Blankenship. So 2 outs. And they'll bring up Cameron Newman for the Rosman Tigers.
I think that could have gone either way. But wow, we got the call. And I'm sure Taylor is
batting with 2 outs and nobody on against Dawson Chambers in relief of Trey Bradley. And he done a good job. Winds and pitches. Foul back, strike one to Newman.
At the plate now for the Lady Tigers is going to be Adriana Barton. And she has walked today. And also struck out. We have one thing about
that might be a new pitcher.
Strikeouts today on either side. That says a lot for the hitting. People have been coming into
Granted down towards short. Playing short now, stop now is Trey Bradley, and he fielded and throws him out. So after 6 1/2 innings, middle of the 7th, this is it. 10-5, Swain County behind. It's their last chance. We need 5 to tie, 6 to win, and we'll be right back. Okay, this is it. Bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Michael Laws, Craig Cutshaw, and Caleb Taylor for the Maroon Devils in this bottom of the 7th, trailing Rosman 10-5 as Michael Laws steps in against Medlin. Hit hard out in the center field. It's in there for a hit. So Michael Laws leads things off in the right way. He's on at first base with a solid single to center. We'll bring up Craig Cutshaw. Michael Laws on it first. Cutshaw at the plate. Bottom of the 7th. No outs. Medlin, the pitcher, checks the runner at first. Ball one to Cutshaw.
That's a game actually that is coming up on Thursday, March 23rd, which is, as you're watching this potentially on the live broadcast, this Thursday. So no game with Hendersonville. That one is canceled. But we will play Friday hosting Cherokee. Another foul ball. Wow.
Ball 2 to Cutshaw, 2-0. Swain County needs lots of base runners. Michael Laws starting things off right. He's on it first with a solid single to center. Craig Cutshaw's the batter against Medlin. Swing and a miss, strike one, 2-1. Craig Cutshaw, our designated hitter today. Medlin checks Michael Laws at first. Gets his sign. Pitches. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So 2-2 is the count. Medlin from the stretch checks the runner at first. Foul back by Cutshaw. Count holds at 2-2. Coach Tyler Schuler coaching at third base for Swain. He does a tremendous job. Good role model for these young men. Medlin once again checks the runner at first. That's Michael Laws over there. Pitching to Craig Cutshaw. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Cutshaw goes down swinging.
Unfortunately, our Lady Devils are looking at bases loaded for Rosman with 1 out. So that was a big pitch.
And we've got a pinch hitter coming up for Swain County. That's number 14. Batting for Caleb Taylor. And I just don't have a 14 on this list. But he's batting. Medlin's still on the mound. Hit hard down towards second. He flips to short for 1, back to first. He's out. Double play. So on a double play, that ends the ball game. Our final score is Rosman 10, Swain County 5. Swain County falls to 2-5 in overall. And Rosman will go to 5-3 overall. So that's our ball game. Swain County falls to Rosman 10-5. And we'll see you on Friday as we play Cherokee here at Swain County once again. This is Steve Moon signing off. Good night.